Hey, what's up, guys? It's your girl Aisha, otherwise known as Miss Champagne. We are at the end of April. It is pretty gloomy day this morning. The sun's not out just yet, but I wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's going on in the garden. So let's talk about it. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is some of the seedlings that I have. I'll start off with this one. This was one of my pepper seedling trays that I started a while ago, but I went on vacation and I think it kind of dried out and my pepper seeds probably died. Now, they normally do take at least like 7 to 14 days to germinate, but like nothing germinated. So I went ahead and just put some seeds back in there to see if they'll germinate, and then I put them in here because I do know on the little table I have outside that I have a lot of snails and they ate a lot of my seedlings. So I have it in here sitting on this table. Usually this table gets a lot of sun in the morning, but right now it is a very cloudy day, so nothing yet. And then in here, I planted some royal burgundy bush beans in each cell to see if these germinate. Here I have some rosemary from seed that I have going. And down here, I have some sweet potato slips that I don't have anywhere else to put them. So it's just going to be growing and hanging out in here. And then I'm so proud of my little lemon tree that's been growing from seed. I know it'll be like a good 5 years before anything will happen, if it'll ever happen. But it's still pretty and I like to look at it. So, and it's getting really big, pretty leaves on it this year. And this little baby is my champagne mango that I planted from seed that I'm so happy that it is growing with really pretty leaves. I'll probably up pot it pretty soon. And I don't know what that is growing next to it, but I guess I'll leave it in there. Almost looks like another mango. I don't know, but I only planted one mango in there, but I don't know what that is, but I will leave it for now. And then I have some heat wave lettuce mix. Again, like I've said, this back patio only gets morning sun, so it doesn't get extremely hot, which is a good thing for the lettuce. However, because it doesn't get a lot of sun, it's going to be very slow growing. And I'm okay with that. And the same thing for my beets. They'll probably, won't get a big root, but I can harvest it for the leaves and put it in my salad. So that's probably what I'll do with these, because I do like to eat the tops of it. And this is dragon fruit, I'm assuming, because that's what it looks like. I do have a bad habit of just eating stuff and then throwing seeds into dirt and then forgetting about it. I don't remember eating a dragon fruit, but maybe I did and I threw it in here. But these are little seedlings. And these are my onions that I moved over here so that they can get some more sun. This is my rosemary that's just been hanging out. My purple basil that is doing well. I do know that last year when I grew it, it did not get this purple. It wasn't in a really sunny area, and most of it was just green. But they are nice and purple and healthy. This is from last year. It did overwinter, which is why it looks all woody. I started to pull it out, but then I noticed that it was producing new leaves, so I left it. And I've just been pinching it off so that it will kind of bush out, at least at the top. My oregano is a trooper as usual. I've had this for quite some time, since I started gardening. and it loves it in here, so I am going to leave it in here. It does slow down a little bit when it starts getting really hot, but right now it's put on a lot of new growth. So I'll come out here and I will harvest some and then dry it. Same with my basil. When they get a little bigger, I'll pinch them off some more. And down here is my chocolate mint bouncing back. It was attacked by spider mites. I sprayed it with a ton of neem oil, and all of the new growth is nice and healthy green. So I am excited about that. And then that is my dragon fruit cutting that I took from my previous property. I didn't want to bring the entire thing, so I just snipped one of the branches off and kind of just stuck it in here until I can find a more permanent home for it. Up here is my parsley, doing well. This area only gets probably 1.5 hours of sun. So very shady, but it's doing well. It's lasting. It hasn't tried to bolt or anything, which is good. This is my thyme. That was my lemon thyme that I had tried to save, but I don't know. I think it's gone. But I'm gonna leave it for now. And down here is my hummingbird mint. This was also attacked by spider mites, but I sprayed it and now it has nice green growth on it. And then these are my pineapple tops down here that are growing. This is the one that I planted most recently. This one I planted, I think when I first moved in here, which was around October, and it has like little pulps on the side of it. They're on both sides. There's one over here, and then there's one over here. So I can dig those up and make those two separate pineapple plants. And then this is my one that I've had for about a year. So this one's doing well. And then that's my aloe plant in the corner. And this is my sweet potato slips that I planted. I finally just hung it up. It'll probably be just ornamental. I don't think it'll get enough sun to actually do anything or produce any sweet potatoes, but it'll just kind of hang down and, you know, do its thing. Here are my morning glories. They are variegated, which is so pretty. Look at these leaves, guys. This is my first time growing them. Again, this area doesn't get a lot of sun, so I don't know how fast it'll grow. But I do love what it's doing. These are gorgeous. All right, and then in here, I have my black eyed Susans. They were outside. I had a whole bunch of them, but I think they were getting attacked by the snails. So I moved them in here so that they can grow in peace. And then in here is my raspberry bush doing well. I have a red okra in there with my cucumber, and then some zinnias that I need to separate. Hey Samson, good morning. All right, on to my Greenstalk. I have a red okra that I planted in here, another one up there. This is the remaining garlic that I have. This is my mustard spinach that I'm letting go to seed. Look how big these leaves. God, it's so big and pretty. I've kind of stopped rotating my Greenstalk, so everything on this side is slowly dying as it's not getting any light, but the side that gets all the sun is just flourishing. Guys, look at this pole green bean. It is just gigantic. Like, the leaves are just so big and healthy, and it is starting to flower, so it will have some beans on it soon. it's branched off and started growing over here. Some of them I did pinch off as they were growing so that it can just put its energy elsewhere. Like I pinched off the top of that so it'll stop growing, but it has reached all the way over there to that pole and started growing up that way. Now with this Greenstalk system, this was the only attachment that I bought at the Greenstalk website. These are just poles. I think I got it from Amazon, that I just been sticking in different pockets to just give stuff a place to crawl. And this leggy plant is my Heat Master tomato plant. Now normally Heat Master is a determinate variety, so it's usually kind of short and bushy. However, it has been reaching for sunlight. So the base of it is way down here, and it has grown up all the way to the top of the Greenstalk, basically looking for sunlight. But it finally has little blossoms on it, so we'll see if it does anything. And then this is the second one. It's at the bottom base, and it has grown all the way up to here and stopped. Now these blossoms are a lot bigger, and one has actually opened, so I do think I'll get tomatoes off of this one. I've been cycling my bush beans. This was the most recent one that I planted. This was the first one I planted. It is humongous, and it is loaded with lots of beans. So I'll be harvesting those soon, and it has tons of flowers on it and tons of beans. So I'm excited about that. And then I have another one down here. This one was attacked by spider mites, so I had to clip it all the way back, spray it, but it has bounced back, and it's got little baby beans on it as well. And then I have my little 2 remaining strawberry plants that are hanging in there. I have a zinnia tucked in here. I probably won't plant it there. I was thinking about it, but I feel like it'll be fighting with the bush beans, so I'm not sure where I'm going to put that. I may put it down here at the bottom where this strawberry plant, I don't know if the base gets too much water or what, but all of my strawberry plants that were at the bottom died, so I don't know. And then over there I have a marigold that was planted from seed. Samson, get from over there. Some basil that I planted from seed, with some marigolds. And then I have my gypsy sweet. They're like a bell pepper hybrid. I did harvest one early because I needed a pepper, and it was pretty good, and it was still green. So I don't know, usually all bell peppers change the color, at least to red, but we'll see. These are my Shishito Peppers. I do have another big one on here. I did harvest one of these already. Here's another one and another one. So this one's loaded. Excited about that. This is my sweet banana pepper. I did top it so it wouldn't be as tall, so it has split, and then I have new blossoms at the tips of these. These are my bush cucumbers. I don't see any female flowers yet. I was watching Team Benson's channel, and she has like a patio variety that is very productive and produces a ton, so I think I'm going to try that next year, because my space is pretty limited, and you know, I need to use my space the best that I can. And I don't see any female flowers at all. And then this is the second one. It's in that grow bag down there that is attached itself. So that's what's pretty much going on the inside. Excited to start harvesting beans pretty soon. let's go outside. All right, got my compost bin, my sweet potatoes in here. And then I have my potatoes in here. Nothing really to say about that. My Eureka lemon, that is doing well. No blossoms. My Meyer Tree, I pulled off all the blossoms that this one had because it had a hard transition when I moved here. I think I had it in, I don't know, it was in a hot area or what, but it was loaded with blossoms last year, and I think it stressed the plant out. I think I ended up with 8 lemons, and it's a really tiny plant, so I think it stressed it out because it lost all of the leaves, every single leaf. So I pulled off all the blossoms this year so it can just focus on leaf growth and getting stronger. I have my onions, and then look at all the snails everywhere. So yeah, they are everywhere. Just snails. So yeah, they eat all my small plants. So these are my extra peppers that I have growing out here. I'm actually going to pinch these off. It's a mix of serrano and jalapeno peppers because I want them to be short and bushy. So I'm going to pinch the tops. And what I mean by that is you take the seedling, and I like for it to have a, you know, like 3 or 4 true leaves. That's these big ones. And then you take the top of it off. Okay, and it forces it to kind of split and become nice and bushy. So I'm going to do that with all of these seedlings today. That's my poor little lavender back there. It was starting to die on the inside, so I thought it needed more sunlight. So I moved it out here, and I'm not sure. I think being gone and not really taking care of it, it just really suffered. So I don't know if it'll bounce back. This is my society garlic. Doing well, living its best life. It's got the prettiest flowers. That's my volunteer heat master. Just, you know, also living its best life back there. That's my sugar cane. Got that from a coworker a few years ago. And onions back there in that grow bag. These are my bushel and berry blueberries. All right. I do have 2 other varieties of blueberries. This one is one from last year. These aren't ripe just yet. I have been harvesting off the one in the back. Those are a lot bigger, but they're not as sweet. This one was really sweet last year. So I'm waiting on this one to blossom. This one really struggled with being transplanted. I dug it up out of the ground because I planted this one in the ground at my other property, but I wanted to take it with me, so I put it back in a pot, and it struggled and lost all of its leaves, but now it is growing back nicely. This is my pineapple sage. This is my jalapeno pepper. Just now starting to get some little blossoms on it, so we'll see. It's a little tiny. I think it's fighting for nutrients in this bed. This is my sunflower that is doing well. Lots of snail damage, as you can see. And then this is my other heat master. It's got some little tomatoes on it. Nice sized tomato there. So I am excited. Hopefully we'll have lots of tomatoes. Lots of blossoms. And the sun's coming out. And that is pretty much it. That's what everything looks like from the outside. So as you can see, those beans, the leaves are gigantic and taking over the whole Greenstalk. But it looks beautiful. So that's it for today. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I'll give you guys an update sometime in May. Bye.